So I'm out in the field today. We've got a septic inspection for a buyer. Now, little interesting things that I've noted so far before I came out here. I usually contact the county to pull the permit, find the layout of the system before I come out here. And at the moment, the county is saying there's nothing on file. Now, here in Texas, before 1985, you have a better chance of finding the lost city of Atlantis than finding some of these permits for the septic systems. But after 1985, they're all supposed to have them. So that's kind of red flag number one. So I came out here expecting an older house, and this is a newer house. I mean, it looks like it was probably built within the last 15 years. So I think we're dealing with a bootleg system. So it looks like they've already dug up one of the lids out here. And it looks like they did their own drain field. Here's where they dug it up. There's one of the lids. And here's the other lid. So we got the inlet and the outlet, thankfully exposed. And yeah, this soil isn't great at all. And this is a pretty big house. This is about a three bed, 2 bath house. And you can see, obviously, it only has one strip for the drain field going out. So this looks like a DIY project. At least we got a clean out cap right here. But yeah, this style of tank was put in after the year 2000 because you got those rubber handles. So yeah, we're dealing with a bootleg system here. So the biggest problem with something like this is they usually size the septic tank based off of a chart and a formula they go off of, and they also do the same thing with the drain field. So you can see the drain field is only one line going out. Now, once you get a full household of people living in this home using water, it's based off this soil. I don't know if it's going to percolate into the soil and do what it needs to do properly. Yeah, you're supposed to go out and get a soil evaluation done. They dig some test holes, find out what kind of soil you're dealing with, and then base the system based off that. So a lot of systems we see in this area are aerobic spray systems. So that's where the wastewater is treated inside of the septic tank, and then it's sprayed out through sprinklers, mainly because the soil is really rocky, it's clay. So a traditional drain field, which is like a pipe and gravel, or if you're doing infiltrator panels, it's not going to percolate the way it should. So that's why you have to opt for an aerobic spray system where the treated wastewater is sprayed above ground. All right, so let's clear some of this grass and open up the inlet. No inlet baffle, which it needs to have. It's mostly water. But yeah, this should have an inlet baffle going into the tank. And then got the outlet side over here. And no outlet baffle. So that's terrible. That means anything that's floating up top is going straight to the drain field. Wow. So yeah, this is why you get an inspection before you buy a house, because this could be a potential nightmare for whoever bought this. I'm gonna run some water down the clean out just to simulate function and flow from the house. And you can see it entering the tank. And a lot of people ask me why Texas requires inlet baffles. So you can see the way the water is just pouring on top right there. What it's supposed to do is you think when the solids settle out and the bacteria and enzymes start doing their thing, you want as little movement as possible. So with the water spilling onto the surface like that, it's not really going to allow that buildup to happen. It's kind of just going to make everything disperse. So you want that water to be rerouted underneath the surface. That way the crust and scum can actually build up. And then once that water starts making its way over here, you start seeing the problem of not having an outlet baffle going to your drain field. So water is going to move its way over here and start working its way straight out to the drain field through that open pipe. Same thing, if that pipe was rerouted, the water actually has to come up from the bottom and then out. So anything that's floating up top doesn't have a chance to make its way out to your drain field. You see how everything is moving now? Straight out to the drain field. Not good. Needs a baffle. Could this system work for several years? Maybe. Am I going to put my stamp of approval on this? Definitely not. So I'm going to take pictures. I'm going to do everything I would normally do in a septic inspection, and I'm going to pass on my recommendation to whoever's purchasing this property. It's definitely a liability. On our end, what we do, we run water through the system, we take pictures of the system, we pump out the tank, take pictures of the inside of the tank, we run a camera through the outlet and see what's going on. We run a camera from the clean out to the tank just to make sure there's no settling, things like that. But yeah, I'm definitely, I would definitely warn any potential buyer about a system like this. I mean, it's rough. So I've got the camera down the drain line, and you can see it's turning into some panels, and you can see those are cracked all right there. So they probably just backfilled the hell out of this. Yeah, you can see it pretty clearly. So I'll get pictures of that to include in the report as well, and you can see how it drops down, and then yeah, there's the leach field panels. Running the camera down the inlet now, you can see we've got a belly holding water right before it goes into the tank. So I'll take pictures and mark that as well in the report. Toilet paper, things like that could get hung up in that belly and cause this customer to clog. That's the video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you smash that like button. If you have any questions, drop it down in the comment section down below. And as always, I appreciate y'all watching. Remember, smells like money. Peace.